and welcoming diversity and also communication. Now we're talking about where to build good relationships. So, for instance, you'll likely benefit from developing good relationships with key stakeholders in your organization. These are the people who have a stake in your success or failure. Forming a bond with these people will help you ensure that your projects and careers stay on track. And it's funny that, Miss Jackie, that you just showed up, because after I got through reading this sentence, you popped up and I was just thinking about you. I'm glad that I formed a bond with you, never knowing after I asked you to be a guest on this show how much we've bonded over the course of the time since then. And I want to thank you and say that I appreciate you, that my projects and my career stay on track based on what we're doing together with this podcast, and also getting other people to join in on the show. So I want to give I Am Jackie a hand for doing so much great work. The videos are super awesome. So let's give it up for her, y'all. She does an awesome job. So, like, if y'all need some stuff done, get at her, follow her, let her know, because she is on top of the game. So, to find out who these people are, do a stakeholder analysis. Once you've created a list of colleagues who have an interest in your projects and career, you can devote time to building and managing these relationships. And boy, does that work, I can tell you. Clients and customers are another group who deserve extra attention. And Kassandra says, yes, she is super talented. Yes, she is. Think of the last time you had to deal with an unhappy customer. It was probably challenging and draining. Although you may not be able to keep everyone happy 100% of the time, maintaining honest, trustful relationship with your customers can help you ensure that if things do go wrong, damage is kept to a minimum. Good relationships with clients and customers can also lead to extra sales, career advancement, and a more rewarding life. And I Am Jackie says, I appreciate you as well. We all uplift each other. I'm honored to assist where and when I can. I love all my boss ladies. We are the lights, ladies. I know that's right. Ha ha, fire up. You guys, do you see how this is going? I mean, man, that's why I said you never know who's in your audience. Just keep working. I'm telling you, man, you just keep working and you keep believing, somebody's going to come around. And that might be the person that you've been looking for all this time. And I tell her that all the time. You have been the person I've been praying for, looking for, because it was an easy access. All I had to do, the worst thing, if you go in, especially in business or any type of relationship, if you go in with the mind frame of the worst they can say is no, then you got the rejection out the way. So it's not that they're rejecting you, they're rejecting what you got to offer. So if we can separate and have that balance, like Kassandra said, boy, we on our way, man. I'm just excited about that. I really am. I really am. Excuse me. How to build good work relationships. So, what can you do to build better relationships at work? Here we go. Develop your people skills. Good relationship starts with good people skills. Take our How Good Are Your People Skills quiz to find out how well you score with soft skills such as collaboration, communication, and conflict resolution. And I'll be getting y'all information in a minute for that. This self-test will point you to the tools that will help you deal with any weaknesses that you have. The next one is identify your relationship needs. Look at your own relationship needs. Do you know what you need from others? And do you know what they need from you? Understanding these needs can be instrumental in building better relationships. Schedule time to build relationships. Devote a portion of your day towards relationship building, even if it's just 20 minutes, perhaps broken up into 5-minute segments. And I Am Jackie says, love you, Casey Boo. Oh, they loving each other. That's so phenomenal. Okay. For example, you could pop into someone's office during lunch, reply to people's postings on Twitter or LinkedIn, or ask a colleague out for a quick cup of coffee. These little interactions help build the foundation of a good relationship, especially if they're face to face, like I mentioned earlier. Focus on your L. Also, spend time developing your emotional intelligence. Among other things, this is your ability to recognize your own emotions and clearly understand what they're telling you. High L also helps you understand the emotions and needs of others. Appreciate others. Show your appreciation whenever someone helps you. Everyone, from your boss to the office clerk, wants to feel that their work is appreciated. So, genuinely compliment the people around you when they do something well. This will open the door to great work relationships. Absolutely. Avoid gossiping. Don't gossip. Office politics and gossip are major relationship killers at work and in also other relationships. If you're experiencing conflict with someone in your group, talk to them directly about the problem. Gossiping about the situation with other colleagues will only exacerbate the situation and will cause mistrust and animosity between you. Listen actively. Practice active listening when you talk to your customers and colleagues. People respond to those who truly listen to what they have to say. Focus on listening more than you talk, and you'll quickly become known as someone who can be trusted. Difficult relationships. Occasionally you'll have to work with someone you don't like, or someone that you simply can't relate to. But, for the sake of your work, it's essential you maintain a professional relationship with them. When this happens, make an effort to get to know the person. It's likely that they'll know full well that the two of you aren't on the best terms. So make the first move to improve the relationship by engaging them in a genuine conversation or by inviting them out to lunch. People like to eat, you know. While you're talking, try not to be too guarded. Ask them about their background, interests, and past successes. Instead of putting energy into your differences, focus on finding things that you have in common. Just remember, not all relationships will be great, but you can make sure that they are at least workable. Key points. Building and maintaining good working relationships will not only make you more engaged and committed to your organization, it can also open doors to key projects, career advancement, and raises. And woo, I can't wait till I get mine when I go back next month. New levels bring new devils, but I'm ready. Start by identifying the key stakeholders in your organization. These people, as well as your clients and customers, deserve extra time and attention. Then, devote a portion of your day to laying the foundation of good relationships. Even 5 minutes a day, if it's genuine, can help you build a bond between you and a colleague. Be honest, avoid gossip, and try to compliment people on a job well done. After all, the more you give in your relationships, the more you'll get back from those around you. So, that is it for our EDU at this point. So, on that note, quote for the day. Just wait for Twitter to pop up. It's a little slow. Yeah. Come on. I know you're there. Come on. Here we go. Learn from experience at Claude Hamilton. Let's see what he says. Yeah, that's another thing irritating about the internet. It wants to work when it wants to, not when you tell it to. And here we go. Yes, all about the love and the truth. I'm with that too, Kassandra, all the time. The more I practice it, the more happier I become. It's awesome. Learn from Experience by Claude Hamilton. He's one of our life founders, and this is what he says. When you're trying to achieve something, do you reach out to someone who's done it before? Good question. Or do you tend to go it alone? I believe that when you're trying to reach a goal, listening to the right mentors can make a huge difference. When I was in the military, I constantly listened to the stories of people who had more experience than me. Even when those stories didn't seem relevant to anything I was going through at the time, I often find that I'd be able to apply pieces of what I learned later on. After all, there's no substitute for experience, but listening to the people who already have it is a pretty good alternative. One of my mentors, Orrin Woodward, used to tell me that it's important for people to read, listen, and associate. We need to learn from our mentors, take it all in, and apply it to their lives. Because when we do this, we're building an inventory of knowledge, which gives us something to draw on when things get tough. And Orrin didn't just suggest I start reading. He set an example. Every time I see him, he makes new recommendations. And I've done everything I can to read the books he suggests. Sometimes I even read them more than once, knowing that I'll learn more the second time around. Reading books by leaders in your field is also important to your success. And when I say reading, I don't necessarily mean that you have to pick up a book. You can also listen to audiobooks. In fact, that's my preferred method of reading. Mine too. Whether I'm in my truck or in my office, I'm constantly listening to something. Even when I'm working on something else. The CDs are still on in the background, and my mind is still absorbing plenty of new information. More than once, I've heard one of those great ideas come out of my mouth, and I found myself wondering, where did that come from? Taking in this kind of advice can set you apart from the crowd when it comes to building your business. For example, a few years ago, I was mentoring a friend who had been experiencing some amazing success. I told him he should start reading. He resisted, forgetting that business is competitive. Unfortunately, his competition was reading, and my friend started losing business to that other company. Why? Because reading not only gave the other business leader an edge, it also gave him access to the experience of other successful business owners. That mistake ended up setting my friend back by 3 or 4 years. Remember a couple posts ago when I mentioned that if you start making the right choices on a regular basis, it'll be easier to do when things get hard? Reading and spending time with the right mentors is just a couple of those right things that will help you along the way. And I Am Jackie says, reading is fundamental. Without the funda, you're just mental. Exactly. So, yeah, this was awesome. We even need to encourage our kids to, read more, to engage more in storytelling, because that's all the books reading is. Audio, video, however you read is still detrimental to your well-being and your smartness. So I really, really like this article. So if you want to check him out, Claude Hamilton on Twitter through the Light community. Thank you so much, Claude, for that. That was awesome. We'll retweet that. Okay, let's see. In case you missed Life Leadership Tweet, learn from experience, we just did that. Tim Stevens at Tim Stevens says, thanks for being top engaged members. Have a great week. You as well. We tweet you again. Let's see. All right, Gordon Trego. We got Gordon Trego. Achieving big, bold goals. Let's see what that is. That's a blog. I'm doing blog quote for today. Yeah, this is awesome, man. Appreciate y'all coming out once again, getting that knowledge. I got a few things I want to leave you with before I go too. All right, so and it says, Golden Trego, achieving big goals, big dreams, achieving big, bold goals. In October, I set myself the